Hello, everybody. Welcome to the campfire. I am Joe, and I'm here with my friend Music Blue. How are you doing, my guy?
I am doing quite alright. How about yourself?
I'm doing amazing. Welcome back to the Real Life Protagonist channel. I'm a real life protagonist, and you're the real life antagonist, because everyone that isn't a good guy is a bad guy, right? We all know that.
Yeah, logically.
Yeah, naturally. Except Christian, my boy over here, because he's normal.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of talking before this. He
I'm
has some
completely
voices.
normal.
He has some voices in his head. I don't know. It's different.
Hey, you told me you wouldn't tell them about that.
Oh, yeah, my bad. You know, things happen occasionally. So, I kind of wanted to start off talking about, my YouTube channel. I don't know, Christian, have you had any time looking at it, skimming through it?
I have not. You never told me the name.
Oh, my bad. It's on my Discord bio. So, for the longest time, I couldn't figure out where my YouTube channel was. And I was like, man, I remember I used to make videos back in the day. It was like a year ago. I don't know why I thought it was so long ago. I was like, man, 3 years ago. No, it was 1 year ago. And I couldn't find it until one day I just looked in my Discord bio and it was right there. And I was like, oh, well, I'm an idiot. It was just right there. So, it's just full of a bunch of old cringy videos. It looks like old YouTube, even though it was last year, if you scroll through the channel. But yeah, I think I just kind of want to, I don't want to make a new one. I just want to start with the one I already got. I feel like that's just the next step, I guess. And, actually, we've made a Camping with Friends with my buddy Jacob, but I think that was 2 years ago, I think. And it was not very good. The audio was wrong. The camera was horrible. I got a new camera. It was all off. But now we can start fresh. So my guy Christian here, he's gonna be my permanent co-host.
That's me.
And we're gonna invite people every once in a while. But I thought, for our first time doing one of these, it'll just be the two of us. Thought that would be nice and simple. Now, what's the topic that we have for today?
I don't know. We suggested like 5.
Okay. The one in the beginning that we talked about? Do you remember?
I don't remember anything. I have short-term remember loss.
And, what's one thing that you never do ever?
Oh, well, that's simple. Wear clothes.
Wait, neither do I, buddy. I never wear clothes. But that's a different topic. What's another thing that you never do? This is a one-time shirt. He's pondering. He doesn't do a lot of things, so he's thinking.
Homework?
Homework, that's a good one.
Not play video games.
You do never not play video games, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank here.
I'm thinking sleep.
Oh yes, I do not do that.
You don't sleep. I swear, I'll be up at like really late at night. I'll be like, I can't sleep because I've been sleeping, but then I woke up. So I go over to my computer, I go on Discord, and this dude is up, and he's playing Minecraft.
I mean, games are just a vibe, you know?
I feel you. Now, may I ask, why do you not sleep? It doesn't have to be deep.
My personal opinion, sleep's a waste of time. There's just so many more things that you could be like. Think about how many more levels you'd have if you didn't sleep.
I guess you're right. At this point, I could make my own Warden armor in Minecraft. I could make a data pack and just like figure something out. I could get a Lamborghini
Exactly.
in real life too, because you can do stuff in real life without sleeping.
But real life's no fun.
Nah. What is it about the digital world that fascinates us so much that we just like don't want to sleep? Can't miss it.
Well, that's a simple answer. It's not the real world.
True, because the real world sucks. It sucks. I actually pulled up this article on I think it's a credible source. It's called hold on. It is called, oh yeah, of course, the National Institute of Health. So I feel like that's pretty reasonable.
I mean, I don't really like listening to them.
I mean, what's the point of being healthy? I'm kidding.
They tried teaching me to go against my lifestyle, you know?
My lifestyle, I don't eat food. I don't sleep. I don't bathe. I don't walk. I talk on occasion. What's the number after 5?
10.
Number 10, I don't breathe. Well, I'm breathing right now, but this is a one-time thing. Okay, so in the article...
It's the exception, not the rule.
Yeah, exactly. It's a principle. So in the article, it says, sleep plays a vital role in good health and well-being throughout your life. The way you feel while you are awake depends in part on what happens while you're sleeping. During sleep, your body's working to support healthy brain function and maintain your physical health. So I think it's interesting. It says, the way you feel when you're awake depends on what happens when you're sleeping. Do you agree with that?
You know, it's interesting because I don't. Sometimes when I don't sleep, well, actually all the time, the more sleep I get, the more exhausted I feel, but when I just don't sleep, I feel great.
Interesting. Yeah, I used to do like all-nighters and stuff with people. And that was dumb. It was years ago. I'm talking 1 year. Crazy. And I would be fine throughout the whole night, and then throughout the whole day I'd be fine. Except, here comes 3 p.m. and I just knock out. I hit the floor, dude. I remember one time we were driving home from Utah, and I did an all-nighter, but I was even awake in the car. I was chilling. You'd think I'd fall asleep in the car with a pillow next to me. But as soon as I got home, I just fell on the couch, and man, I went I did all that. I did all of the sleeping. I did sleeping, I did resting, napping, sleeping, oh, I haven't slept. But I did all that. And then just reiterating what the article says, your body's working to support healthy brain function. Do you agree with that?
I mean, it makes sense. The fact that I don't sleep now. It's just a little processing.
Okay, I understand. And it says it helps you maintain your physical health. You ever notice how, like, when you sleep for a really long time, you actually feel better throughout the day?
Not really. You know, I feel, with me, I don't know, just me personally, when I don't sleep, I just feel more alive in, like, every aspect. Compared to when I do sleep, I just feel so exhausted. Probably because I don't sleep so much.
I guess. Interesting. Now, when it comes to, like, dreams, do you dream at all? Personally, do you ever dream?
Sometimes. On the few... I sleep somewhat, but, like, I don't sleep very long when I do sleep. And I don't really dream very often, but sometimes I will.
Yeah, it's really on and off with me because, hey, buddy, can you not, please? He's barking and being grumpy. Sometimes, honestly, when hey, what? Anyways, sometimes I dream, sometimes I straight up, like, stop dreaming in the middle, take a break between my sleep, and then I start dreaming the same dream again. Like, I'll, like, pause. You know, in video games, sometimes it's like, make sure to take a break, and then you can keep playing. Hey, what?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like that. I remember one time when I was really little, I had a really great dream, and it was, like, super memorable, and I was loving it. But then I woke up, and I was, like, mad at my brain for waking me up. So later on in the day, I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, I really want to have the dream again. She goes, it's really hard to repeat your dream. So what I did is I laid face down on my couch, and I just sat there and waited. And it actually worked. I had the same dream, and it continued from where it was. I didn't think that was physically possible.
Yeah, that's happened to me before.
Yeah? Isn't that crazy? My brother Darian's over here. You ever wanted to do that before? Just like straight up pause and restart all over again your dream?
Yeah, I have.
Definitely. I think it like requires a lot of brain power. I don't mean like intelligence. I just mean you gotta want it. You know, you gotta really want it. You can be the dumbest person on the planet, but if you really want to have that dream again, I think your body will let you. I think your brain is like, whatever, you idiot, go ahead. You know. You know, a lot of people.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
A lot of scientists or people. What do you call sleep people? What do you call sleep people? Sleep scientist name. Matthew Walker. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I did not mean Matthew Walker. I meant, what is a sleep scientist called? Polysomnographic technologist, formerly called a polysomnographic technician. Ooh, I want to be.
That's a big word.
It is a big word. I can't wait to be the technicals, yeah, those.
Yeah, we got your point.
So, a lot of them say that the more active you are in the day, the more crazy of a dream you'll have when you're sleeping. You ever experienced that before? You're super active, you do some...
You see, I'm not active, so I wouldn't really know.
I see. Interesting. Yeah, I've like played basketball with people, and then I'll like walk my dog, and a dog will attack him, but I'll push him away, and then... What? He's still barking. And then I'll have like a crazy dinner that I never have, and then I'll play some games with friends, and I'll laugh and have fun, and then I'll sleep, and I'm like, man, I had a full day. And then I have the craziest dreams I could imagine.
I require an example.
You call that a full day?
Yes, I do.
A crazy day?
Yes. Now, yeah, one time, one of the dreams I had, I guess this whole sleep thing is just turning into a segment about dreams, which is a part of it. That's fine. When I was a little guy, I had a really full day, and I watched a bunch of superhero movies as well. So, that night, I had a dream. Oh, no. It was the first, yeah. It was the first time I ever watched, Man of Steel. Zack Snyder, Henry Cavill. Dude, I loved that movie. And that night, I had the most realistic dream I've ever had. I'm not kidding. It felt like I was there. I like felt everything. Like I grazed my hand across the table and I could feel the wood. It was crazy. I flicked myself in the face and I felt it.
That's crazy.
Which actually can happen. It's a real thing. If you were to flick yourself in the face while you're dreaming, it's like you're doing it in real life. But sometimes you're so into it, you're into your REM sleep, it doesn't wake you up. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, in cartoons, someone gets a bullhorn and yells at them, "Wake up!" and they're still asleep. That technically that is possible.
You know, I'm not a heavy sleeper myself, but I know someone who is, and they just won't wake up no matter what.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's my sister. My sister Gwen. She's exactly like that. My gosh, I don't know. I can't sleep in. Physically, I sleep, unlike Christian, but I can't sleep in. Period. So the longest I've ever slept in was 10 a.m. like on the dot, and that's it. And I felt horrible. But my sister Gwen sleeps until like one time she slept till 12:30, which was crazy. It was I think it was winter break. Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, so in my experience, it's the same way. So my sleep schedule is I'll go to bed around 2 and wake up somewhere from 4 to 5. But then my sister, she stays in bed till 10 minimum. she will not get out of bed no matter what.
Yeah, we both have sisters that sleep in like crazy. What, 2 to 5? 2 to 4 or 5? Are you okay?
Like 3 hours, it's all I need. I just feel exhausted if I get more than that.
What do you... I'm sorry, I'm just trying to, like, rationalize everything. What do you do in that time?
So I'll usually just kind of vibe out, listen to music. I pretty much play video games all night, so I do homework at night. So usually around 12 to 2, or 12 to, yeah, around 2, I'll just do homework, then go to sleep, and then I'll be able to do everything else during the day.
Interesting.
So usually after I'm done, or when I wake up, I'll just listen to music, get on games, do whatever.
I'm an old man, so I go to sleep at the latest 10:30.
10:30?
Yes, at the latest.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah. So
Yeah, I can't handle that.
So it kind of, it's crazy to me how people fall asleep later than that. Like Jacob falls asleep at like 12:30, and I just can't believe that. That's crazy to me. But he also has insomnia. And my
Oh
dad...
yeah, I do too.
Yeah? My dad has
Yeah,
insomnia as well.
So I have multiple things that kind of stop me from sleeping very well. I have ADHD, so basically I'm always kind of like antsy. Like I need to move. So whether it's bouncing my leg or just doing random stuff or fidgeting, I just always have to be doing that. And then I get the urge to do the most random like things that I need to do at the worst times. So when I should be sleeping, that's when I feel like, I should clean my room. So I just do, and I also enjoy doing everything at night, preferably. So I kind of just focus on doing everything at night.
Oh, I see. Yeah, like sort of like people say a night owl, right? Sort of like a night
Yeah,
owl.
I'm definitely that.
A nice little show. Darren's feeding my dog in the background. Yeah. So going back to this article, it says in children and teens, sleep also helps support growth and development. Getting inadequate sleep over time can raise your risk for chronic health problems. So yeah.
I like to think I'm lucky.
Okay. It can also affect how well you think, react, work, learn, and get along with others. Learn how sleep affects you. Yeah, I'm not reading that. But apparently it affects your metabolism also. And then it goes on to talk about, so it affects your heart and circulatory system. So kind of skimming through this.
Dude, that's pretty much everything.
Yeah, everything does that.
Affects everything.
But what does parasympathetic mean? What's a parasympathetic system? Does it sympathize with me? What is this? So, your parasympathetic nervous system is responsible for the body's rest and digestion response when the body is relaxed, resting, or feeding. That's cool! Because, you know, when you're asleep, your body does things. You breathe. You digest food. Your organs squish and mush around. It's a whole thing.
Interesting. I love the phrasing.
I know, right?
Some weird words are just a vibe, you know?
Yeah, I feel you. Just look at my dog in the background. How do YouTubers point to stuff? My dog he's eating. Can I just cover him up? There you go, nice. Yeah, I feel like, why do scientists use such confusing words to describe things sometimes? It's so annoying.
So then, I have a theory. Scientists aren't actually that smart. They're secretly just trying to make it so then we can't understand what they're saying.
And that way we can't fight back.
Exactly.
That's deep. This goes all the way to the top. That's crazy.
Exactly.
Okay, so our nervous system, this autonomic ultra
Autonomous. Wait, autonomous?
autonomic ultra
I think
instinct, or
it's
I mean
autonomous.
autonomic nervous system. It's this weird cord that goes along down your back. It looks like, I think. I'm looking at pictures here. So it constricts and dilates pupil, which is weird because your eyes are closed because you're sleeping. But then some people sleep with their eyes open. So how does that work? And you just okay. Alright,
Sorry.
it's okay. He doesn't know. It's alright.
I didn't see.
So yeah, I'm thinking, how in the world does your pupil constrict and dilate when you're sleeping? How does that even work? I mean,
I don't even know, man.
Can you feel your pupils? Here, look. If I were to get my flashlight, right? So my eyes are normal, right? And then I put the flashlight. I can't. Oh man, my eyes. I gotta blink like crazy. But like that, I didn't notice. I didn't feel anything.
Huh. That's interesting. Wait, so
Right?
how did you say that affects us?
When you're sleeping, your autonomic nervous system, which basically moves everything while you're asleep, constricts and dilates your pupil. But your eyelids are closed.
That's interesting because I am so I've been told that this isn't a good thing, but I am able to cross my eye out on command. Also I can like when I can stare at the sun with my left eye,
Really?
and it doesn't make me blink or anything. And it's really, or well, after a while I do, but it doesn't really affect me. So I wonder if that's part of the reason why. We're learning something new every day, huh?
I guess so. We are learning something new. It says it stimulates your salivation, which makes sense. I don't know if you know when you sleep and you wake up, you have morning breath. But also, I don't know if you noticed, but you get like this like thick liquid all over your tongue. It's probably just saliva. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's saliva. But I feel like you salivate more when you're sleeping. When you wake up, you notice that?
I have.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I get really hungry.
I mean, it's not that thick, probably because I don't sleep long enough, but you know.
thick. It constricts your bronchi.
Bronchi artery?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's your lungs. So like a part of your lung. Oh yeah. It's the tube that connects your two lungs. So when you're sleeping, it constricts and relaxes. Oh, so breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. I'm guessing. So that's how you, right? Because if you were to, plug your nose and cover your mouth. So you can't like breathe, but when you're sleeping, you're not like consciously. I don't know, man. I'm losing my mind here. I'm on 8 hours of sleep. I can't think. So it decreases and increases your heart rate. Now that's interesting to me because have you ever noticed sometimes you'll have a nightmare? I don't know if it's been a while for you since you've had a nightmare. I have nightmares pretty frequently, which is awesome. My heart rate goes up, which is crazy. I guess that makes sense. Your autonomic nervous system can do that as well. So, they say sometimes you get attacked in your nightmare, and then you wake up immediately and you're in a cold sweat, I wonder if that's...
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe... Yeah, because the nervous system is attached to your brain, but it goes through your whole body. I'm looking at pictures here.
Joke's on my nervous system, it doesn't have much to attach to.
It's like a little grape. What is that? Do we attach to that? I mean... Yeah.
I can't see what you're looking at.
I'm messing around. So... I mean, one time... I don't understand this. Maybe this has something to do with the constricting and dilating the pupil. But when I was having that Superman dream, where I was Superman and it was super realistic, I woke up crying. because I didn't want it to end. It was weird. I wasn't crying in my dream. I was just crying in real life. So when I woke up, I was confused. There was tears all over my face. But I was crying. And I couldn't figure out why until I realized, oh, I just really, really didn't want to leave that dream. Because it was so awesome being Superman. And I was a kid, you know. Being a superhero is like all you ever wish for.
You know, hot take, Superman's kind of mid.
In what way? In what way?
I don't know, all of them?
How? Clearly he hasn't watched Seinfeld before. I wonder if my heart rate has something to do with that. Because one time I had a dream. Really sad dream. It's about to get dark and moody, but it's fine. I had a dream that my dog Jakey ran into traffic, got hit, and died while I was holding him. And he was all crying, and it was like super realistic. But he's fine. It's all good. But man, that dream was just... it made me cry. So when I woke up, I was crying in my dream, and I woke up crying. So I don't know what even does that. And then we have more confusing words on this chart. We have parasympathetic nerves, sympathetic nerves, and a ganglion. What's...
Sounds like a Pokemon.
It does sound like a Pokemon. Who's that Pokemon? Ganglion! They make the weirdest noises. Stimulates glucose release? I forgot what glucose is. Inhibits adrenaline. What? What? Inhibits adrenaline production, stimulates adrenaline production. Why the heck would you need adrenaline while you're sleeping? That is so weird. Is that just for dreams to make them seem realistic? What's the point of having adrenaline in your dream? I don't get that.
So, glucose is actually very important. It's an energy source, basically. Like, it's, So, yeah, we probably would have some trouble living if we didn't have glucose.
You're not wrong. I remember for a while I was learning about this decades ago. I'm talking like early 1900s, like in 30s, 40s. People were scared because companies started advertising foods having minerals in it. So there was this really old cereal company. I don't even think it's still around anymore. But they were advertising that their cereal had iron in it. And people were freaking out. And they're like, oh my gosh, they're putting iron in our cereal? And people didn't want to buy it. And they had to show them, you know, iron,
It's okay.
Yeah. Iron is currently in your body. It's in everyone's body. Sometimes you just need more of it. So that's why people are so stupid.
So, I've been told that I have an iron deficiency, so...
Really?
Yeah, and that's why I always enjoy chewing ice, and apparently that's meant for... That's a common sign of people who have iron deficiencies.
Really?
So I've been told.
Interesting. I wonder why. Interesting. Let's see. Oh, gross. Okay, a lot of this I'm not gonna read because it involves not safe for work stuff, but it basically something I can say. It contracts and relaxes your bladder when you're sleeping, which sucks. Why do you need adrenaline when you're sleeping? Why do you need to cry when you're sleeping? And why the heck do you need to piss when you're sleeping? Why, God? Why did you do that? That is so random. I'm not mad at God, but I'm a little mad at God. I'm kidding. But like, why? I'm just so confused. It's so random. Is there some sort
You
of...
see, that's why your confusion, that's why you're not God.
You're right, dude. I'm not a... Yeah, you're right. It's so weird. Inhibits bladder.
It's beyond our thinking.
You're probably not wrong. Why? I could just Google it. Why do we pee when we sleep? Well, not everyone, but why is it possible to pee when you sleep? I still pee buckets in my bed on my sheets. I don't know if that's just me. Tongue very big.
I think it is. I think it is just you, bud.
No, dude, I pee all the time. Am I not the only... Is that weird? Oh, dang.
It might be.
I'm kidding. I obviously don't understand. Tongue very big and not very toned. This diagram is hilarious. Oh, because it was made in Bangkok. That's why. It's Chinese. Blocked airway, soft palate, long and flabby. I think I understand what they're trying to say though. From the Bangkok Hospital of Pattaya, whatever. When your tongue, I did hear about this in my science homework. This is an actual thing. I get it now. When your tongue is blocking your throat, and it says when the back of your mouth is blocking your throat, if it's just like sagging too much, it can block your airway, and it makes you want to pee. It's basically your body being like, hey, 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 breathe. So you piss yourself, and you're like, what's warm? And you kind of like...
That is very interesting.
It's smart, but it's annoying. Oh.
You know, I've always wondered, it's weird. How exactly do the scientists conduct this research?
Right? Do they have a guy sleep, cut open the side of his cheek, and then just like show a camera? Sorry, that's too gross. But I just mean like, how do they even find that out? I don't know. I guess overall, I don't want to sleep anymore, ever.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. Oh, no.
I've successfully convinced you to never sleep again.
Yeah, I don't want to sleep anymore after these pictures I'm seeing. Ew. I gotta stop looking at these pictures. Now, do you ever grind your teeth when you sleep?
I don't know, but I do when I'm awake, because it's fun.
Why would you do that? Why?
I don't know, it just, the feeling interests me, so I do it.
It's not good for your teeth, bro. Now I grind my teeth when I sleep. My dad does it, so maybe it's what's the word?
How do you know if you do?
Because dentists will tell me. They say, and I even have pictures right here actually. Let's see. Teeth grinding bruxism. Basically, your teeth end up looking more square and flatter. But healthy teeth look really round and a little bit more separated, a little bit. With like a little bit more space in between. My teeth are very, very flat. I have a few teeth that are like perfectly round, but that's about it. And my dentist has told me, and he's shown me before what the difference is. It's called attrition, where it looks like half, like a little part of your tooth is missing. Super weird.
Interesting.
Happens over time. Ugh, gross. Yeah, but yeah, that's what it looks like. Gross. I'm not showing these pictures. Absolutely not showing these pictures on the camera. But apparently, it's really bad for you. So one time I had to have this these teeth guards, mouth guards. Have you ever worn a mouth guard or something that guards your teeth?
I have not.
My my dad did, and he had like a little wheel in the back. He kind of just turned it, and it tightened his. It was so weird. I thought that was really old school stuff. And then one of my friends, I'm not gonna say his name, had that as well, and I was like, wait, you can get it modern? Like I thought that was like 50s stuff. My dad isn't that old, but you know, weird. What's it called? I was gonna say something about my my teeth. Oh yeah, had that mouth guard. They put this what's it called? These two metal like straps, like pieces, and then they put like a goo in the middle, and then they put like these suds all over it, and they stick it on the top of your mouth, and you just bite down. It is so uncomfortable. You feel the metal bar wrap around your gums, and then you feel the other metal bar behind your teeth. So weird. And then they just stick it there.
Did you have this yourself?
Yeah, I had it myself. That's how I know. It was so uncomfortable. And then they do it on your bottom teeth, and the bottom is worse because you have I don't know why. I don't, but I feel like I have more teeth on my body. I don't know. And then they get that mold, and then next time you come back, they'll have it ready for you, and it's this clear plastic thing. You put it in your mouth, and you get it ready. But what they did for me was a little different. They only got my 2 top teeth are here because I have a little gap in my teeth. It's not that big of a deal. I don't really. It's whatever. And then on my bottom, like 4. So it was just my top and my bottom. So I could go like I could bite down, and the rest of my teeth, I couldn't feel them bite down. It was just the front of my up and bottom. Really weird. So it completely stopped me from grinding in my sleep. But you ever notice, like, friction when you rub 2 things together really fast, like your hands?
How it warms up.
And they warm up. So I would wake up. Yeah, I'd wake up in the middle of the night because my mouth was warm, and then I would feel the mouth guard, and it's really warm. So I'm like grinding my mouth guard, and I don't even realize it. I'm like, okay, so guess I do grind my teeth in my sleep. I don't know, man. That's definitely a problem. I don't think that's good.
Probably not, based off of what I've heard.
Yeah, apparently it's completely involuntary. It can be because of stress, concentration, and illegal drugs. Mine was...
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, mine was the latter.
All of the above.
Yeah, mine was basically all of the above. So, Xanax, fentanyl, all that. But most of it was because of stress. I'm kidding. Me and my dad both have a lot of stress issues, so that's where it comes from. I've only ever had 2 panic attacks in my life, and both of them were during COVID. So, being stuck indoors all the time freaks you out. But I'm sure, Christian, you probably used to that.
I've had my first panic attack recently.
Really?
It was very interesting. I had accidentally taken my ADHD meds.
Mm-hmm.
I accidentally took it twice.
Oh boy.
So basically, it just it's basically meant to help with giving you, what's the word? I forgot what it is exactly, but basically it just, I felt so fidgety and shaky.
So it didn't put you into anaphylactic shock or anything?
No, I didn't take that much.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's weird. Because you have ADHD, you're naturally fidgety, but taking too much of your fidgety meds makes you fidgety. What's the logic behind that?
Yeah, what's the logic behind anything, really?
When you think about it, why do I have skin? I mean, I can peel it off right now. No. I think I'm pretty sure you can get demonetized for that. So I'm not trying to do all that.
That's another time's podcast.
Yeah, we can talk about that later. And also, I probably shouldn't have this on my face. But man, that's horrible, dude. Honestly. Panic attacks are the worst. One time, the first time I ever had it was 2020? Yeah, it was 2020. I was in middle school. I'm very young. If you're watching, you don't know who I am. I'm very young. I was in middle school in 2020. And, I had a project, and for some reason, middle school teachers were rough, so they wanted my homework in ASAP. Man, I think it was 8th grade, right before freshman year. It was so stressful, and I never have coffee, ever. Or back then I didn't. I have coffee pretty regularly now, like 4 or 5 times a week. Not that much for avid coffee drinkers, but it's a lot for me. But back then I almost never did, so I tried coffee because I thought it would help getting my homework done, because I needed it done yesterday,
Yeah.
So I drank 2 cups of coffee with nothing in my stomach. I hadn't eaten. I skipped breakfast and lunch because I had really bad depression, really bad depression. And paired with the coffee, I was freaking out. It was during my class, and the teacher reminded me that I had to get my homework in, and that just that set it off. I was like, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like legitimately, I felt like I wanted to peel my skin off. I felt horrible, like pins and needles, like times 1,000. And I had to get up, and I was walking around the house, and I immediately got a headache. I was like, thankfully, my mom was there, and she was trying to calm me down, but my mom didn't know what to do. She was freaking out too. She's like, what's going on? So she called my dad in. He was in the front yard. He came over to me, and he knows that I'm a very logical person. I'm not a very emotional person. I think about logic, and it's kind of annoying. So he was like, snap out of it. This is dumb. You do not need to be feeling this way. Think about it. Is this going to help you get your homework done? Instead of being like, oh, I'm so sorry, feel better. He was like, come on, wake up. And that actually worked. I thought that wouldn't work because it was rough, but that actually helped me because I'm a very logical person. And man, I'm like so grateful to my dad for snapping me out because that was horrible. And then I was like, Mom, since I just had a panic attack, can I not go back to class? She's like, no, you're going back to class. I was like, okay.
That's nice.
Literally had a panic attack, and I just logged back on. Hey, how's everyone doing? Because it was during COVID over Zoom. Yeah. And then I think the second time I had it was because of loss of sleep. I don't want to get off topic too much. It was because I wasn't on that much sleep. It was fairly recently. It was like a year or two ago, like 2021, 2022. And I forgot what happened. I think there was too many things I had to do. There was something that I had to do for church, something I had to do for homework. I forgot to tell someone something that was very important, and I got in trouble because of it with someone else. This is a lot of stuff. Since I work on construction sites, I had an overseer, and I think he got mad at me for something stupid that I did. So this is a lot of stuff happening all at once, and I couldn't handle it, and I had to run out. I think I was in a trailer. I had to run out, and I just kind of had to breathe. I couldn't handle it. I was just like, that's like the biggest effect, I think. You can't breathe. It sucks. Like, wanted to tear my clothes off, tear my skin off.
That was almost on topic if we chose a different topic.
It was almost on topic because we don't wear clothes. Yeah.
Exactly.
This article, it also mentions how you can get coronary heart disease, high blood pressure, obesity, and suffer a stroke if you don't freaking sleep like ever. Here we go. I wanted to pull this up. Well, first off, I want to ask you: have you ever felt anything from not sleeping that much? Like, have you ever felt like a health issue?
So yes, before COVID, I used to sleep I used to oversleep, but during COVID, I just got into playing video games more, and time would just slip away from me because it's especially common with people with ADHD. It's called time blindness. So basically, you just lose track of time entirely, and so I'd just be playing, and by the time
Your audio cut off.
by the time I knew it, yeah, I saw. By the time I realized, it was already like 2. And so then I'd get in bed, and so now I just wake up super early is the only difference, because so basically now I can just sleep with that, what other people would call a horrible sleep schedule.
Yeah.
But I think it's great.
Okay. I mean, yeah, everyone's needs are different. Interesting. I want to pull up the account of this guy. I'm sure you've heard of the Russian sleep experiment.
The Russian what?
The Russian sleep experiment. That has nothing to do with sleep. Don't Google that.
I don't think I have.
Really? Don't Google it. It's really disgusting. It has nothing to do with sleep. It's about people eating people, so don't Google that. This is different. I thought this was the Russian sleep experiment. This is very different. It's the Randy Gardner sleep deprivation experiment. So I'm sure you might have heard of this guy, or at least what he did. He went 11 days without sleep, which is a Guinness World Record, but it happened in 1964. So, technically started in 1963. That's how it was. December 1963, it carried all the way to January 1964. 17-year-old Randy Gardner stayed awake for 11 days and 24 minutes. Or, he was awake for 264 hours straight. That is...
You see, that I cannot do.
Yeah, that's the longest any human being has ever been awake, as far as we know. You know, maybe there was someone somewhere.
And I'm sure that he struggled after that for probably the rest of his life.
Yeah, right. Sorry, my mic just slammed, and we have Darian. Hi.
Did he live? Is he alive? I mean, like, did he live after that?
Not sure. His record was then broken multiple times until 1997. Never mind. When Guinness World Records ceased accepting new attempts for safety reasons, obviously, why would you try and kill yourself so you can get a world record? That's stupid. Let's see, what ended up happening to him? He actually suffered from insomnia because of that. So a big reason is not because you're going to be hurt for a little bit and then you'll be fine. You can permanently develop insomnia after that, and you won't be able to sleep, like, ever. And it's going to suck. So don't ever do that. It says that he didn't show any negative effects? What? No. I watched a documentary.
I doubt that.
Yeah, I watched a
We'll
documentary.
be back in just one moment. I just gotta grab something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at these pictures here. I was watching a documentary. It said that he suffered extreme side effects, but here it says that he didn't. Is he fine? Was he fine? Okay. Hopping over on Reddit. Today I learned. This guy on Reddit, Tang Cameo, says, I once was up for 48 hours plus without food as some awareness-raising thing for charity that raised neither awareness nor money. When it ended, my brain, my eyes, and my ears were so disconnected that I started thinking I was a psychic because I would watch TV and know the next line of a movie before seeing it on TV.
That is interesting.
That's something similar has happened to that before, but someone replied to that. That's interesting. They say deja vu likely happens more often when sleep deprived. One theory is something like that whatever you experience in the moment is actually stored in long-term memory, making you think that you just recalled it from the past. That's a really good theory. Because I feel like long-term and short-term memory is stored in your brain very differently. Because I've definitely remembered things that happened years ago. The oldest memory that I have, I was 3 years old. My parents invited someone to our house. They heard that I was into Legos, so they bought me some Legos, and it was of a Lego army tank. My parents thought that was inappropriate. Guys shouldn't be playing with tanks, so they made me get rid of it. And instead of me being sad of getting rid of it, I smashed it up, and I loved it. That's totally random.
You know, smashing things is a vibe, though.
It is a vibe. I'm a little Hulk. I'm a little 3-year-old Hulk. That memory had nothing to do with anything, but that's the oldest memory I have. However, I genuinely don't remember what I had for breakfast 2 days ago. I have no idea, and that was only 2 days ago.
You know, I feel that.
How does that work? I don't know. So random. Yeah, here, a Reddit, interesting AF, r/interesting AF on Reddit. Man who didn't sleep, he struggled with crippling effects for years. He had insomnia. Is that it? No way. I was wrong. That actually is it.
You know, I wouldn't say crippling, or I wouldn't say insomnia is crippling. Not for me, at least. But that's interesting.
Yeah, it's different for different people. Like, I noticed you seem totally fine not sleeping that much. Jacob suffers a lot from it. My dad suffers a lot from it. But some people are just totally fine. So man, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm looking on BBC. This guy was fine. He had insomnia for years, which I'm sure was horrible for him. But like, it's not out of the realm of thought. I mean, you have insomnia. I know a bunch of people that have insomnia, and you're fine, mostly. So, it's I don't know. It's crazy to me. That's it. That's all that happened to him. He just got insomnia. So does that mean you and I could stay up for 11 days straight and technically just be fine?
You know, technically, we just stay the same. No. I mean, you know, I feel... Because I know after... supposedly, as of what I've heard, once again, after about 3 days, you can start hallucinating.
Yeah.
And, so that's interesting. I wonder how that affected them.
Yeah. For some reason, I'm a little different. I hallucinate really fast when I don't sleep that much. So I think it's just if I'm off my sleep schedule, which is like go to sleep at 10:30 p.m., wake up at 6 or 7 a.m. Pretty normal sleep schedule, I'd say. Pretty basic, pretty simple. But if I just a little bit get off my sleep schedule, just a little bit, like I traveled a lot this year. I did 3 separate road trips to Utah. I went to Japan. I went to New York twice. I went somewhere else. I forgot where. Did 2 different trips to Morro Bay. I've traveled a lot. So my sleep schedule barely gets off a little bit, and I'm totally thrown off. So I'll have the craziest hallucinations, and I'll start hearing things. It's crazy. I'll hear people running around my house, and I'll look, and there's nothing there. It's freaky. It's not a ghost thing. It just means I'm like not having sleep. Man, it freaks me out though. I'll see things like it happened last week. I was opening a door, and it was dark, and I hadn't slept that much at all. And I looked behind a door. There was a super tall, black, totally dark, void-looking person standing there. I closed the door and opened it again, and it was gone. It was the most terrifying thing I've ever felt. Dude, like my heart felt like it stopped. Like my blood, like I could feel, it was freaky. Imagine opening your door.
You know, maybe, just maybe, it wasn't a dream.
Shut up. Jacob and Anthony do that to me all the time. I'll be playing horror games. They're like, when you fall asleep, make sure there's not a skinwalker behind you. I'm like, be quiet. But imagine thinking that there's a person in your room waiting for you to walk in. That's a terrifying feeling. I'm sure no one ever wants to feel that ever. And I felt it at like 3 a.m. So my brain was freaking out. I just laid in bed. I've never ever had sleep paralysis, so I know it wasn't sleep paralysis. I was laying in bed. I could move. But oh my gosh. I started seeing things. Like, you know, sometimes you see a coat hanger in your room with like clothes on your chair or something, and you think it's like a person. A shadow.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Mine wasn't like that. There was no object in the room that was looking like that. I just straight up saw people standing in my room. And then I like knocked myself in the head a bit, and I looked, and it just went away. Dude, that was terrifying. Like, utterly terrifying. When I was really little, I specifically remember when I didn't get much sleep as a little kid, because when you're a little kid, you're screaming, you're crying all the time, you can't go to sleep, you want to sleep in mom and dad's room. So I'd be forced to sleep in my room, because I was a little annoying brat. And I would see this man's face coming at me while I was sleeping. It happened almost every night, because I only slept like 4 hours per night. Dude.
Interesting.
Freaky. It rocked me. You ever hallucinated before from not having much sleep?
I don't really know, because I don't know if it stems from not sleeping or if I'm just like going insane. But I do hallucinate every now and then. But Not bad. Like I'll just like hear. I mean, not to sound crazy, but I'll hear like voices trying to call me.
Yeah.
Like I'll hear my family trying to call me over or something.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah. And we're not joking. We're not being satirical. You're being serious, right? Christian? You being serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard voices like that too. Freaky. Sometimes I hear it during songs. Like earlier today, I was listening to Drake's new album, For All the Dogs. And shout out to that album though. People were always trashing on For All the Dogs. It's actually really good. Check it out. And I was listening to one of the songs, and it was like nice and slow. It wasn't like a rap part. And then I thought I heard Joseph. I was like, yeah, yeah, yes. And I moved my headphones, and there was no one even in the room. But I totally
Yeah,
thought I heard my voice.
Earlier today, I was just listening to music, and I thought I heard my name. So I walked over into my parents' room because I thought my dad was calling me, and they said no, they weren't calling me.
That's so weird. Yeah, I hear that all the time. I think it's just because whatever music does to your brain. But I've definitely heard it without music, just like nothing, no earphones or anything. And that's the freakiest part. By the way, I get a lot of inspiration for this podcast because of a podcast called Distractable by Markiplier. If you want to check that out. But I get what was it called? He did an episode about dreams. And I'm not copying anything from that episode, I swear. But he talks about how one time he was editing a video in his living room, and then he started hearing people call his name. He took off his headphones, and he was like calling out to his girlfriend. It wasn't her. So he ran to his room because like the child kicked in him. It was like, move. So he ran to his room and closed the door, and then his girlfriend was in there, and he was like, "Did you hear that?" She's like, "Hear what?" And he's like, "Oh hell no." He had like a whole. He's like, nah. And it's nothing paranormal. It's not like a ghost, you know. It's just your brain is just so stupid. And he talked about later in that episode how your brain just makes you hear stuff. He said he read this one article. I think it was an article he read where apparently if you look in the mirror and just stare at yourself in the mirror for too long, your brain will start showing pictures of other things in the mirror. There's nothing paranormal.
I have noticed that.
Yeah. Which is just so stupid. It's your brain being like, hey, what if you looked like a creepy ghost? Or hey, what if you looked like Sauron from Lord of the Rings? What if you did? Just saying, what if you did? You want to see it? Look, check it out, check it out. And you're like, oh my god, this is terrifying. Your brain's like, I know, right? I know, right?
You want to see something else, eh?
No, please, don't. No, my brain, I'm trying to sleep, man. Yeah. One time, I was just bored out of my mind, so I just stared at myself in the mirror, like, all scary. Like, all spooky-like. And then, like, this face flashed in my face. I was like, dude, I booked it out of that bathroom. I was like, did, like, Bloody Mary just show herself to me? No. Brains are just so stupid sometimes. You want to see another person? Woo! Cool? Okay, see ya. So annoying. So,
Yeah.
I'm kind of, hold on. Going back to, hold on 1 second. Okay. How long? That's not helpful. That's not helpful. Okay, whatever. Earlier I was talking about the Russian sleep experiment. It's apparently not real. I thought it was. It's a creepypasta. It's a creepypasta about a Soviet experiment gone wrong, but technically gone right, kind of, because Soviet Russia was a lot of stuff happened. The whole world was crazy at that time. They were doing experiments on people. They ended up cannibalizing each other. It's dark. Don't look into it. But the reason it's called a sleep experiment is because they wouldn't sleep, like, ever. And that's a part of what made them crazy. But a certain drug, chemical that I'm not going to say the name of for demonetization reasons, even though I'm not even monetized on YouTube. Whatever. I don't know. Who knows? It could happen. There's a certain drug chemical thing that they took, and that's mostly what made them crazy. But that can happen too.
Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A room full of rats. The rats made me crazy.
Okay, ignoring that. Basically, drugs can make you crazy. Obviously, we all know that. But they can make you not sleep, which is even crazier. Let me pull this up really quick. I was researching this not too long ago. Using drugs like, you know, spoon or straw, and I don't want to say the name, and methamphetamine, you know, they can reduce the need to sleep. And I can't say that either. Stuff like prescriptions, if you do too many of those.
Prescription drugs.
And cannabis and alcohol can increase the sleepiness, which is interesting. I mean, I'm sure you've heard when people smoke the what can I say, the Zaza, it makes them want to sleep. It makes them very sleepy. And also, if you drink a bunch of alcohol, it makes you just want to knock out. So that can make you fall asleep. But like the really hard stuff, like coca, crack, and
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, and that thing, that can make you stay awake forever if you take enough of it. And like acid, dude, take a drop of acid on the tongue. Dude, that stuff will make you stay awake for a year. I'm exaggerating. But, you know, drugs can do really bad things to you. So kids, don't ever take drugs, okay? There's a reason I didn't even want to say them. But, man, drugs are crazy, bro. But, I mean, I'm sure if you take the right amount of prescriptions, you'll be fine. Like, right now I'm really sick. I have a cough. I've been trying really hard not to cough while recording. Really hard. But I have some cough medicine, Mucinex, and there's a daytime, nighttime. Daytime is normal, but they all taste gross. Nighttime is normal too, but I think it's a little more effective, and it makes you, really, what's the word? Really...
Tired,
sleepy, there's a word, drowsy. Yeah, drowsy, groggy.
Yeah.
And, dude, I put 2 bags of Sleepy Time tea, and I used Manuka honey, which is good for being sick. And then I took that drowsy cough medicine. Dude, those combined, I was playing Lethal Company with Jacob and Anthony, and dude, I was like falling asleep while playing. I was like, oh my god. At a certain point, a monster genuinely killed me. I think it was a Balkan, snapped my neck and killed me because I was so tired I could barely keep my eyes open. And I was like, boys, I gotta sleep, man. I can't handle this. Is too much. So, I guess the moral of the story is, please, everyone, just sleep. Please. Get the sleep that you need. Children should get, like anyone from 18 and under should absolutely get 8 hours of sleep. Or maybe a little bit more, especially you, Christian. And adults, I don't know, sleep as much as you want. You're an adult. Do whatever the heck you want. I'm still not an adult yet, so I don't have to. Okay? I don't have to. Are there any closing words that you have, Christian, before we end it?
Not really. I don't recommend sleeping. Actually, I do recommend sleeping because I yell at people. some of my friends won't sleep, and it's like very hypocritical. But like I do see value in sleep, but other people don't seem to have it seems to have a different effect when other people don't sleep. Which that's interesting to me. But make sure you get your sleep.
Mm-hmm. Everything affects different people differently, but you gotta sleep, like you said. Listen to the man. All right, thank you again for watching. The reason there's campfire noise in the background, the reason it's called Camping with Friends, and the reason the intro sounded the way that it did, was because, well, you know, we're camping. Just pretend my background isn't like my kitchen in my living room. Just pretend, you know,
It's the woods. It's the woods.
we're in the woods, and pretend the picture of Christian's anime profile on Discord is surrounded by the woods, by the fires and the. That got dark really quick. California's on fire.
I should change my profile picture so then there's a little, like a tree behind or something.
Ooh, indeed. Or like a camp.
Maybe eventually once I learn how to do it.
Yes, indeed. But anyways, next episode, not sure when it'll be. Maybe it'll be a Friday thing. I'm not sure. We'll just do it whenever. We'll have a guest with us, and that'll be awesome. But just for this first time, I thought we could do it solo. Thank you for watching, and it's time to leave the campfire. You gotta go. Things are getting crazy.